wonderful day. I'm just going to do some analysis before I head off to bed here and give you guys what I'm thinking here for Bitcoin. Now I'm thinking that the move could have already finished here, and we're waiting for some sort of final impulse down. We already kind of have a very ugly move down here, and we don't have clear structure. It's very choppy. It's unclear if we're going to come back up and tag 106 100 in some sort of like double connector or complex correction back up like this, or if it's going to come down lower and then do a flat, or it's like I said, it's just finished and we're not going to hit this target. So we had some pretty good trades recently. We had a long here, short up here, and then long here. Although right here I actually did get stopped out, but some of my members held they held strong, and before the stop out at 103, they held, and then they either managed to eke out a small gain or kind of get it at break even. But me, I actually got stopped out here. But the successful box overall in terms of resistance and shorting, longing, all that stuff. But yeah, let's take a look at market cipher to kind of give us some better direction here. Market cipher on the daily still bullish, lots of green money flow. It's just the weekly, you're starting to see that momentum start to round off. So maybe we're gonna get some sort of like dip down, and then I think we'll recover for the summer months. That's what I'm thinking here. Just by looking at the DXY, I feel like maybe the DXY is gonna pump and then rip back down again later on, and then once we're in this area for the DXY, we're gonna be ready to start to short Bitcoin. Once the DXY is in here, I think we want to get long, the dollar, and short Bitcoin at that point. But right now, looks like we're gonna get a lot of whipsaw. My main target for Bitcoin, again, it's been very choppy overall, but I think we're looking for something like 98,900, 99,000, as low as like 91,600, and this is like the extreme. I think we'll even like tag this like upsloping trend line that's been holding up. Again, just very basic TA here. These two pivots, and then it kind of comes in line perfectly. This held a support. We even drew some spider lines, right? Spider lines held perfectly as resistance, and I think they're probably going to hold down here as support too. So you got lots of confluence for support. You got the spider lines. You even have the 7-hour RSI bands, 99, 9100s. Again, you're going to see some support there. Then you got my dip buy areas, right, which is probably hold. And then we have this bearish pattern here too. So I saw someone post this. Again, I'm not always I can't see everything, so I look on Twitter or whatever. Sorry, X. Someone's posting this as a head and shoulders, although this is probably going to be one of the ugliest head and shoulders I've ever seen. And essentially, you break the neckline, you should be headed down, right? And the move should be equivalent to the head. So I mean, just like for basic analysis, like if again, this is not, so we're gonna have it 100%. If you break it, then you should get some sort of move from like 100 all the way down to 90, or maybe even 89 or something. But I really don't think we would be going that low just by looking at the RSI. I don't think. I mean, the daily has a lot of room left, but the 4-hour does not. And I mean, I don't know how severe the sell-off would have to be. Like, the markets seem to be holding up pretty decently. Dips seem to be getting bought up. And yeah, I mean, all things considered, Bitcoin's still looking pretty decent. Looking at Wave Edge, take a look real quick. Nothing on the weekly, 4-day, 3-day, 2-day. Couple bearish signs, I think, but not too bad. Got lots of order blocks left here. Got that 199 too, and then you got these pivots to clear. I think we need to sweep those lows, right? I think we need to take out these lows, sweep the lows, get a big flush down, and then you'd be set up for some sort of big blow off top rally where this fifth wave could extend in a bigger B, right? And then this would, erase all divergence. You get some sort of massive surge from like 99 or 95 all the way to like maybe even higher than my target at 120. But you could go to the 150s or 160s depending on what happens to the dollar, right? So you could get a big whipsaw move here where the dollar could come up and then come back down in some sort of flat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, complex 4, and a 5, or an ABC, bigger ABC, right? Anything's possible. You do some shit like this, and then it's a buy. The dollar's a buy here, and then you want to short it when you're at the higher levels. Wow, these are working setups. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And if obviously if we break back down, then this will be marked as a failed dip buy area. But for now, it's working. It's not past. It's working. So let it work. And if this area gets blown through, then it's going to be a short. And I think we're going to have to readjust our target depending on what happens here. Okay. But yeah, that's looking good. Very, very, very crazy moves. Hoping that everything plays out very nicely. Actually, let me just redraw if this is going to be the flat target. Okay. That's better. So yeah, flat target's actually a little bit higher. 118 to 131. But again, flats are known for exceeding their target much higher. So we'll see. Gotta be patient. Lots of shit on my chart now. I gotta clean it up. And again, I'm gonna delete some of the sub counts from previous levels once we get better direction. Okay. So for now, this is what I'm thinking. All right. Have a good day. Peace.